Welcome, folks, one and all, to Let's Play a game released in 1995 for the Nintendo Game Boy. This game wasn't released in 1994, like the previous screen says, it was actually released in 1995. We're going to be selecting English as our language here. Developed and published by Ocean Software, this is a platformer set in the Jurassic Park world. But this isn't Jurassic Park 1, the video game, nor is this a game set in the Lost World. This is something completely different. Folks, welcome to Jurassic Park 2. The chaos continues. Movie-wise, this game takes place just after all the power fails in Jurassic Park in the first movie, and will follow the adventures of Dr. Grant as he tries to escape Jurassic Park. Alone. Non-canon adventures engage! Pushing start will start the game. There are no options. Zone 1, 1. You are now in Jurassic Park. Be careful, because many of the dinosaurs are free to roam in the park, and can be very dangerous. Well, that doesn't sound safe at all! In order to get to the various sections of the park, you will have to open the safety grills. To do this, you have to collect up all the JP magnetic cards. That does make sense. We hope that you will eventually come out of Jurassic Park alive. I hope so too. Good luck. Thank you very much. Pressing start will start the game. Dr. Grant has decided to grab a few weapons to help him out. He has a rifle that is rapid firing, and he can also fire it up, and he can also fire it at angles if he doesn't mind moving. You can also fire while jumping. And pressing select will switch to his other weapon, grenades, of which he has an unlimited supply. He can't throw them very far, but they're very powerful. In general, I like to switch and stick to the rifle. You sometimes need the grenades, but in general, I like the rifle better. You can also crouch and shoot, and you can also crouch and throw grenades. That's going to be important in a little bit. We can't use this car, as it runs on the magnetic rails and the power is out. So we're going to have to move forward, and shoot every dinosaur that we see. Grant has had it with all of these dinosaurs and is going to kill all of them. There are points that you can get. We have 30 right now. Points really aren't that important in the game. We get 20 for that dinosaur, and there is a medkit, although I'd be very surprised if you got hit at this point in the game. We have 4 hearts and 3 lives. There are ways to get more lives and more hearts. The medkits restore 1 heart apiece, and the extra lives not only give you a life, but they also fill up your hearts. And there is a Triceratops that is very small that we just shot to death. Enemies do respawn in this game, and some of the levels will require you to backtrack, so you do need to be very careful and remember where they were. The music for this game is awesome, and quite a lot of it was in the first Jurassic Park game for the Game Boy as well. The music in this game is just generally fantastic, especially the second zone. There are 4 zones in the game, and generally there is a level 1 and a level 2, and then a boss level. There will be some other levels scattered around, and I'll explain them when we get to them. By getting all of the magnetic cards, we can go to the exit. You can actually get to the exit by the way they fall from the sky, which is surprising. I do wonder how they actually get there. We need to go to the exit now. The music here is telling us that we can go to the exit. We could have gone to this exit without all the cards, but we wouldn't have been able to get in. And by walking right, Alan holds his rifle up in victory. And now we're moving to Zone 1-2. Time for us to find some more magnetic cards. A lot of them. We need to find 8 of them now. And we need to shoot every single dinosaur that we find, including that one. This level is a little bit less linear. They do have an exploration element to them later on. We accidentally picked that up. Also, this rifle has a harpoon function, and Dr. Grant here can hold his breath for as long as he needs to, which is pretty handy. Pressing jump will make you swim up. There is no way to aim up with being underwater. You have to just line yourself up. Alright, we want to get up here because there's nothing in the upper level here. We just want to go this way and shoot this Triceratops. There we go. You are now gone. You want to be very careful because you don't replenish your hearts between levels. We need to jump with care and make sure that we don't waste any opportunities to shoot that we're given. You could pretty much just run through this whole game shooting all the time, because there is no detriment to you doing so. Alright, is there an enemy up here? There is not, but there is more water that we can go into, and we could shoot even more fish. These fish may not be that threatening, but there will be more threatening foes later in the water. Alright, carefully does it, Dr. Grant. We don't need that, but we'll grab it anyway. We need that, however. We're going to grab that right now. And we have to go... Oh, careful, we got hit there. That was careless. We need to go this way because down here is an enemy, a Molas magnetic card. There we go. And that Triceratops has respawned. That's okay. We'll defeat it the same way we'll defeat every Triceratops, by shooting it with our gun. Just deal with you as well. We're actually very close to the end of the first zone. There is the exit. And now we're about to fight the first boss of the game, using our grenades. Alright, the Triceratops zone is upon us. We go down here, we switch to our grenades, and we just throw them at this massive Triceratops. The Triceratops can't hurt us at all while we're down here, so we're just going to do that, and now we're going to switch to the rifle and shoot there. And then we're going to throw some more grenades. This really isn't a very difficult boss, at all. And then we'll switch back to the rifle and shoot it a bit more as it approaches us. There we go. I think we've pretty much dealt with this opponent. And the Triceratops is dead. Well done, Dr. Grant. Mission complete. Zone 2, 1. Well done. You succeeded in the first section. But listen, the hardest part is yet to come. Thank you very much for informing me of that. Fills me with confidence. You can change weapons at any time by pressing the select button. Thanks for letting me know just now. I already knew, fortunately, so we did it in the first level. Good luck. Thank you. We're now in the second zone, which has amazing music. And this time we need to collect 12 magnetic cards, and we are being introduced to spikes and pits that we need to avoid. This is training us for later levels where they're going to be far more deadly. We want to climb up this tree here, because as we all know, all trees are very easy to climb. There was one Triceratops, but what else was up here? A med kit, but more importantly, one of the magnetic cards. And also, this tree that we can climb, which, oh, I've got to be careful there and not get hit carelessly. You do have invulnerability time, quite generous invulnerability actually, and I got hit again there. Need to be more careful. We'll grab this, and then we'll move on. We need to get more health. And that enemy is gone. We're going to jump over here and grab this magnetic card. This music is really awesome. We want to fall down here, grab this, and oh, careful. Want to jump there and avoid that enemy. We'll grab this and this health, and remember that the Triceratops respawns. We want to go this way now and head down. We want to make sure that we jump there so that we don't suffer any damage, because here is an extra life. And that is something that we really want. We should actually probably head this way, because we know where the enemies are here. We don't want to fall down there and suffer unnecessary damage. Alright, there you are. We're just going to ignore you and jump... Oh, and get hit by you, which is unfortunate. But we do have that extra life, and that's all that matters. You could actually crouch and shoot here. You're a really good shot, Grant. A really good shot. You've had a lot of training with those guns. He's actually had no training with any guns at all. Dropping here is the fastest way to get down. And we want to go this way. There is a Triceratops there that we want to shoot. You are now gone. And I think we want to head this way, to the right. Oh, and avoid that enemy. We need to avoid that enemy. And avoid this enemy too. Goodbye, flying dinosaur. You are no more. We'll grab his health, certainly. I imagined there was a Triceratops there. We're going to head this way and find even more magnetic cards and enemies that are a little bit awkward to shoot. They're going to get far more awkward as the game goes on. We'll drop down here, and now we have giant leaves that we can jump on. Don't you remember them from the movie? Don't you remember when Dr. Grant got his automatic rifle and just shot everything while jumping on massive leaves that float in the air? I remember that. It was an amazing part of the movie. I might not actually remember this. It might not have been in the movie. Just maybe. We're going to do some careful platforming. I can do it sometimes. And we're going to head up this tree, grabbing this magnetic card, and then heading towards the exit, which is in this direction. Another leaf to jump on, and I think, yep, there is a Triceratops there that we need to be careful of. And in this direction is the exit to a level. Well done, Dr. Grant! You did amazing there. Zone 2-2. Alright, let's go. And now we have 6 cards to find. That is less than the previous level, but this level is rather non-linear. We're going to head this way first, because right here is one of the cards. You don't want to have to backtrack all the way over there to get that one. There is one medkit there, we're going to ignore that for the time being, and we're going to shoot that dinosaur. We could potentially get that, but I've no idea how to reach that at all, so we're just going to ignore that one-up is there, and move on. Just jump up here, and be very careful of, yep, that flying dinosaur that we're going to kill. And there we go. Here is a moving giant leaf that will just reveal this first aid kit. We don't want that, so we're going to head this way instead. And there wasn't a Triceratops there. I'm rather surprised that they didn't make that platform a little bit longer and put a Triceratops there. Alright, carefully does it, Dr. Grant. You don't want to fall here. Falling may be painful, as you can see beneath you. We'll jump up for now, and see what is up here. There is something that we definitely do want to explore. This area that will likely have a magnetic card on the other end. Yup, there is that magnetic card. Marvellous, we only need 4 more. And there is a first aid kit, just handily left there by the dinosaurs. I actually don't think the dinosaurs left that, but I will pretend that they did. What is up here? I think actually the exit is up here. We don't want to go up here just yet. We'll just land on this, and then remember that the tree is to the left and jump to that. I think there's something over here, actually. Let's have a look. Yep, another magnetic card. Right now we actually want to head down, and I think in this direction. And be careful of you. We want to be very careful of you as well. We want to make... Oh, and you respawned. You're a very tricky dinosaur, you are. And there is a flying enemy that is beneath us, but fortunately we were able to shoot it. We want to... Is there something over there? The answer is no. What about down here, though? The answer is yes, there is something. The game is pretty good at revealing with the grass where the platforms are, so you don't need to worry about making blind leaps of faith. Down here is another card. Excellent. Anything down here that we can get? There's another dinosaur to shoot. Also, we can jump really, really high. There's nothing here, so we're going to have to go and find one more card. And that card is probably hidden somewhere. And by hidden somewhere, I mean it most likely isn't hidden and I've just not noticed it. There is no time limit to the game, however. You can spend as long as you need looking for that final card. Is it here? It is not here, but you can jump there, which is nice. Another way to get down to that bottom area. We want to not head this way because that way led to nothing. We want to backtrack a little bit and defeat this dinosaur and get even more points. I think it might be time to head up and see if that final card is up here. It might be. You never know. And there's nothing here. There's the... Oh, maybe there is something there. Actually, that is the way you need to go. Silly me, already forgotten. After all, Dr. Grant is probably fighting for his very life right now. He's a little bit distracted. We'll head this way. Is there a card in this direction? There might be. There's a Triceratops this way. It's encouraging. Anything in this direction? There is a medkit. We don't need that, but I imagine there is a card over to the left. The final card that we need for this level. And then we'll be heading to the boss. Just need to shoot you and head this way. There it is. Excellent. And now it is time to leave, Dr. Grant. You have to go and escape Jurassic Park. Ignore all the other characters. Only you surviving is important. And now we head to the boss of this level. It's time to fight a flying dinosaur that is massive. We start in this area, curiously enough, and have to walk to the left so that we can fight this boss. We're going to be shooting up right now, and just hit this dinosaur that drops a rock on us, and then defeat the small dinosaurs, and then attack this one. It has a very predictable pattern. shoot the smaller dinosaurs, wait on the side that it disappeared from, and then shoot it some. As long as you follow it and remember which way it went, there is no way that you can get hit by this boss. I won't say the same is true for the other bosses in the game, because some of them get a little bit challenging. Alright, we'll just shoot you, and you are dead! Victory, Dr. Grant! Well done. And then, a T-Rex pursuit! Oh no! Watch out! T-Rex has escaped from its enclosure, and is just behind you. You will have to be very quick here. Thank you very much for warning me. It's not like I couldn't look behind me. If you pick up all of the magnetic cards, you will have an extra life at the end of the level. Thanks! Keep your wits about you. I will. It's time to move, as he wasn't kidding about the T-Rex. It is right there, and it is immune to damage, so we're gonna have to keep moving. There are 15 cards for you to get in this level, and if you're quick, you can get all of them. There is also a lot of platforming to do, and tiny little T-Rexes that we're going to be shooting a lot. Alright, carefully does it. We can reach these from the bottom. We need to be very careful about locking ourselves into areas where we can't escape, and then we'll suffer a lot of damage and die. Like going down there. You don't want to go down there. Mr. T-Rex is after us! He's running very slowly. You know, we could have just stayed still, Dr. Grant. You know that if you stay still, it can't see you. At least that's what the movie told us, and we got hit, which is unfortunate. We're going to quickly grab this first aid kit and carry on. Jump up here, jump over there, ignore that pit, and try not to fall into those spikes, because you'll suffer at least 2 hits being down there. We'll jump for this here. There is going to be some very tricky platforming later, and I know I'm not going to be awesome at it. But if you can grab all of the magnetic cards, like these jumps for instance, you need to time these very carefully so that you don't hit your head on the roof there of the jump and then just fall into the spikes. For some reason, I did rather well there. We're going to grab... Oh, we didn't do rather well there, unfortunately. We need to be careful. I want to grab that if I can. Can I grab it? I can grab it. I want to grab this, definitely. 1 extra life. Shoot there. I don't mind getting hit if that means getting an extra life, and falling into the spikes, that is also fine, because we got that extra life. Okay, we only need 3 more cards. There is a second one of these levels, by the way, and it is much harder than this one. I made this one seem easy. It is easy in comparison. We only have 2 more cards to get after this one. We'll do another jump. 1 more card to get. And I think the final card is down here. We'll just shoot this enemy and this enemy. Where is that final card? There it is! Excellent, and I took 1 more hit by mistake. But the extra life completely negates that. Well done, Dr. Grant! Zone 3-1. What do you have to say? Very good. Obviously nothing can stop you. We'll see about that. But do you think you will be able to get past this new stage? Are you taunting me, computer? Use the boats. This will enable you to reach dry land. Good luck. Thank you very much. This is an odd level, in that it is a scrolling level, and we do have a tiny little boat. We need to be careful of the fish here. We also need to be careful of an absolutely massive dinosaur creature underwater that will try and bite us. There are no magnetic cards to get on this level, and there is that giant monster. We need to be careful of that, and shoot it when we can. I don't think it can actually, get hurt. We'll jump here and grab this medkit, and I don't think there is a second one. Careful of you. Need to be very careful of you. I jumped into you by mistake. And there are also some spiky mines here. I have no idea why Jurassic Park has spiky mines. These enemies are going to be annoying, unfortunately. We may lose our first life here. You need to be rather careful of the monster that's beneath the water that will sometimes try and take a bite out of you. Generally, you want to take this level rather slow, and make sure that you don't jump too far into these areas, just in case that enemy tries to bite you. We need to jump there, jump here, jump there very carefully. Need to be very careful and just keep firing. It's a good idea just to keep firing here. Careful. There is another area here with some first aid, which is good. 1, and 2, and 3. And one of these enemies that we're just going to shoot. Careful, does it? Oh, careful. Oh, and I've fallen into the water by mistake. That kills you. Instantly. And there are no checkpoints. No checkpoints at all. You don't want to panic in this level like I just did there, and lose a life. Got to take it very slowly. There are a number of extra lives to make up for the fact that I died there, so as long as I can get through this level without losing too many more lives, we should be okay. And there was one hit already. Carefully does it. Need to shoot this foe here before that foe takes a hit on us. Alright, got to be careful of you. And jump here and shoot while we're jumping, so we can take care of any of these enemies like that there. And keep moving, and keep shooting. Just move and shoot, Dr. Grant. You're good at both of those. Okay, you're mainly good at moving. I don't remember you being any good at shooting. Careful. That enemy is trying to take a bite out of you. Don't let it. One more jump, and shoot this enemy some. I don't think you can actually... Oh, and unfortunately we got hit there. There are some medkits further along that we can grab, though. Carefully does it, Dr. Grant. Carefully does it. Also, the screen will keep pushing you if you stick to the far left, so you need to be careful. One there, two there, and an entirely superfluous third one. We need to jump here, and we need to be very careful. Jump. Carefully does it. Jump again, and wait, and jump, and then jump. And one extra life. There are 2 extra lives on this level. Excellent. We're now back to the number of lives we were at before. We need to be very careful, though. I think this is the only boat level in the game. At least I hope it's the only boat level and my memory isn't deceiving me. This level's actually really hard. What is it with Game Boy games and boat levels? I think Lucky Luke had one as well, and it was really difficult. Alright, we're going to keep shooting. Just keep shooting, Dr. Grant. Shoot forever. And be careful of that giant monster. We're not going to be fighting that giant monster, by the way. That is not the boss of this zone. Just need to keep going. And move a little bit further forward. Just inch your way forward, Dr. Grant, because that may happen sometimes. The game is sneaky like that. There's going to be some more platforming in a moment, and some more of these enemies that we need to shoot. There's probably going to be another one. None of these fall, which is encouraging. I was expecting the first time I played for these platforms to fall, but they do not. And that enemy is incapable of hitting us, which is good. That enemy can hit us, however, and that was a very pointless boat. Carefully does it. I also don't know why that is there either, because you can't bring the boat over there. Okay, I'm expecting a monster here. I'm expecting that as well. Need to be careful. And there is another medkit. And fortunately, we were able to get on that platform even though we got hit by the monster. And by monster, I mean dinosaur. It was a monster for being there because it blocked our jump, but it is still a dinosaur. Is it a monster dinosaur? No, we're not in Jurassic Park 3. There is another one of these mines that we need to be careful of. At least I think it's a mine, otherwise it's just a spiky ball suspended in midair. Careful. Platforming extreme skills from Kikoskia. And by saying that, I've just condemned Dr. Grant to drown again, haven't I? Need to be careful. I've no idea why I'm shooting these enemies, because these enemies are incapable of being damaged. But I suppose the fish aren't incapable of being damaged. Need to jump here. Oh, fortunately that stays beneath you even when you get hit. Alright, we need to be careful. We have taken a few needless hits there. There should be, yep, another extra life though, which is good. Got to make sure we don't get hit by one of the flying enemies, and we have completed the level. Marvellous. When we come back, folks, we will go to the next level. Will the next level have more boats? Fortunately, it won't, but it will have underwater sections. Rather difficult ones, too. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.